Hello, everybody. Welcome to Robinson House TV. We have been away for a while, but we're excited to be back with you. I promise you we've been working on content behind the scenes, and we will tell you what we've been working on, but just hang in there with us for a few minutes. Before we get into that, we would love for you to click the subscribe button and subscribe to the Robinson House TV channel. I promise you we're working on content, and many of you have subscribed since our last video, and we've got a couple of videos that you guys are really loving, and it's giving you information that means so much to us that many of you have subscribed. So from the bottom of our heart, we want to thank you for just joining with our Robinson House TV family. We are going to be pushing out more content very soon, and a lot of it is tied to some of the things that you've been listening to on the channel. That being said, let's get into what we want to talk about today.
So today we want to talk about you making sure that you're caring for your mental health. Now that we've been locked away in homes, people are slowly trying to ease up, and there's talk about a vaccine, there's talk about wearing a mask and not wearing a mask, and all these different things. We want to make sure that we all are taking care of our mental health.
Absolutely.
So there are some things that we're going to share with you, some little tips that you can do in order to make sure that you're staying on top of your mental health game. Sometimes we don't really realize how stressed out we are. We don't really realize how secluded we've been, how detached from other people we've been. And during this pandemic, that has caused that to happen in the lives of many people.
Yes, it has. So there are a few tips that we want to give. Number one, what's our number one tip?
Number one is to get out of the house.
Very simple. Get out of the house. Get out of the house. Get away from the TV. Get away from the video games. Get away from those dark rooms. Because listen, anytime you close yourself in like that, and we have been closed up for over a year, thank God now we're starting to get out a little bit. But when you've been closed up that long and you have not gotten out, you begin to let the walls close in on you. And that is very challenging to your psyche. It causes your mind to begin to wander, and you get depressed. And we want you to not be depressed. One way that you can do that is to get outside of your house. Put the game control down. Put the TV remote down. Put the phone down, put the tablet down, put those things down, get outside, walk out in the atmosphere of nature.
Yes.
There's a video that we have, and we'll include it here, where we went hiking. We did that specifically so that we could clear our minds, enjoy some time with our family. Even though it was in the pandemic, we practiced social distancing to the best of our abilities. We knew everybody had been, but we got out of the house. So again, we'll link that in the description so that you can see the beauty of being out in nature. It really does get your mind in a good place.
Yeah, another thing you could do outside is jump rope. We went and we bought us some jump ropes, and boy, I'm not really one that knows how to really jump rope, but I'm getting better. The more I do it, the better I get. Now this joker, he does all the little
Rocky Balboa, just Rocky Balboa. Just think about that. We're good to go. I got it. So do activities. Don't just hike. You can do a physical activity. Play basketball, run, go lift weights. Something to get out of the house so it just really clears your mind. Number one, make sure you're getting out. Number two, I would really advise you, and I found myself kind of pulling away from this and now trying to get back to it, is if you can see behind me, there are plenty of books here. Grab a good book and read it.
Yes.
Grab a good book and read it. Disappear into the world of what you love to read. We read the Bible often. That's a daily thing for us. So we read the Bible for our daily devotional and for our study time, for personal study as well. But it doesn't hurt to add another book to it. Add a book that you really like that's off topic of what you've been reading, and just immerse yourself in a new world and just kind of clear your mind of what's happening around the world today, and just kind of absorb where you are in this new world, in this book that you're reading.
If you're not much of a reader, there are some great podcasts that you can listen to. So put on your earphones, your earbuds, and listen to a motivational podcast. You can listen to a worship service. There are many things on podcasts. Make sure that is something positive,
right?
Because you need to be feeding your mind positive things during this time. We hear enough bad things. So let's get some positivity in there. And whatever it is that you may be struggling with, you're dealing with, I'm sure there's a podcast out there that you can listen to.
Yeah, we have some recommendations. We listen to Carrie Newhoff. Carrie Newhoff has an awesome leadership podcast that we listen to often. Bishop T.D. Jakes, Pastor Stephen Furtick. There are multiple ministers, preachers, pastors that are preaching and teaching. And then there are a lot of mystery things if you want entertainment. So there's a lot of podcasts out there for you to listen to. SM58 by short. These are the standard old school classic microphones, and I ordered two. So we have two of these. We're going to be using soon. But these are classic old school microphones that are so durable, so tough. That's what I read anyway. So I went ahead and ordered two because we're going to need them. And they come with, ordered a set that comes with an XLR cord. Nice, solid, well-built microphone. Testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. We got some stuff coming up real soon. We've started a podcast called Faith, Family, and Fellowship. And so we will link a description. You can find it on Apple and on Google and Spotify and multiple other outlets for podcasts. But I will put a description in the link below for you to be able to subscribe to our podcast where we talk about faith, family, and fellowship. So we do a lot of discussion about those things, and we have about 3 episodes up right now so far. And pretty soon we're going to start inviting guests. And so we would love for you, as you absorb the content on our YouTube channel, to also listen to our podcast and give us your feedback. And so we're really excited about that. So thank you for listening to that.
You know who else has a good one? Shalene Johnson. Her father-in-law is dealing with...
Didn't she have a workout DVD
yeah,
or something?
she used to do Turbo Fire. One of my favorites. But anyway, she has a podcast where her father-in-law is dealing with Alzheimer's, and so she's giving tips and talking about their journey, and so that's really good as well if you're dealing with that or know someone that is dealing with that.
Yeah.
She has a good podcast too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, we're giving you some tips to help you mentally. We can easily become absorbed in the things that we do on a day-to-day basis, but step away from that stuff. Clear your mind so that you can really keep your mind, your mental state in a good place. Also, what we'll link into our description below is some Bibles, different translations that we love.
Oh, yeah.
Also, some prayer books that we continue to use today that I think will be beneficial to you. I will go ahead and disclose that if you buy one from one of the links below, we may get a little feedback, a little money off of it. But what we do is use that to kind of help bring you this content and create the podcast and the things that we're doing. So just wanted to make you aware that if you do purchase from one of the links, it does support this channel. So if you do purchase from that, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And so, guys, until next time, we wanted to reach back out to you, let you know that we haven't forgotten about you. We are going to be creating more content. We've already got some videos that are in the edit process. It's just going to take a little bit of time as we've got multiple things happening. So super excited about what's happening. Another thing, I will put it in the description as well, is that we've started a clothing line where it's right now just simple t-shirts. If you go to rhco.store, you can purchase one of our Conquer More shirts. They're really super excited. It's talking about being able to conquer more. God says that we are more than conquerors through Him. So let's conquer more.